Good morning, class. This is lesson 2.3 of Go Math. Today I'm going to be showing you how to multiply tens and hundreds. And eventually we'll get to thousands, but for this video I'll be focusing on tens and hundreds. Let's start with multiplying hundreds. Our first example is finding 8 times 200. I'm going to be showing you two different ways of showing your work. One of them is to draw a picture. The other is using place value. Let's start with drawing a picture. When I'm first drawing my picture, I want to know how many rows I want. I can find that by looking at this first single digit number. And as you can see, it's 8. So I'm going to start off by going down and creating 8 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now that I have 8, because it's 8 times, I want to know how many hundreds I should put inside each row. So for right now, we just have one group of hundreds. Labeling that all 100. And now I want to know how many hundreds. Well, right over here, if you look to this number, I have 200. So that means each row should have 200. So I'm going to do 2 squares. Alrighty. After I'm done with drawing my squares, I know I'm not done because I need to label. Labeling helps me and Miss Koopman understand where you're getting your numbers. So 8 times 200, I know that this row right here, I'm going to label as 8. So I'm going to draw my bracket and label that as 8. And then this is 100. And here's another 100, so this is where my 200 comes from. So I'm going to draw a bracket right here and write 200. Now, your picture makes a lot more sense because it's 8 times 200, okay? So it's important that you label this properly. Now I can begin to count up my hundreds to figure out how much 8 times 200 is. Well, if you remember place value, 10 groups of 100 equals 1,000. So let's go ahead and see if we can make 10 groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. Now I can circle this group, and this equals 1,000. Now I'm left with 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So what I did there is I first saw and if I could create a group of 10, which equals 1,000, and then I counted up the rest of my hundreds. So now I have 600 down here. I'm going to put these numbers together. 1,000 plus 600 equals 1,600. And that is how I achieved my answer. Now I'm going to be showing you how to use place value to solve this problem. I'm going to copy the problem down here, 8 times 200. I know that 8 times 200 is the same as 8 times 2 groups of hundreds. And then now I can multiply 8 times 2. 8 times 2 is 16. Now I have 16 hundreds. This is where I'm going to take a pause and use my place value chart. I know that I have 16 groups of hundreds, so I'm going to go to my hundreds place And if you remember last time when I showed you how to add multi-digit numbers, we're going to do the same process of drawing our lines in the hundreds column. So I'm going to write 16 groups of hundreds in the hundreds column. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I've drawn my 16 groups of hundreds, but I hope you remember that inside of each place value, the most I could have is 9, meaning I need to take my groups of tens and plop them over to the next place value. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna grab this group of 10, cross them right out, and plop it over. And that group of 10 hundreds becomes one group of 1,000. So that equals, here, I have my comma right here. Now I can put all my digits together. I have one group of thousands, comma. And now I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of hundreds. 0 in my tens and 0 in my ones. As you can see, I just got 1,600. These answers should match up, but you need to know both ways of showing and explaining your work. Here is your second example. This time we are going to find 4 times 50. So instead of multiplying hundreds, we're going to multiply some tens. I'm going to do the same process when I'm drawing my picture. I want to know how many I should draw vertically down the line, and I'm going to look to my single digit number for that, and that number is 4. So I'm going to write 4 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can right away go ahead and label this 4. Because I know I'm doing 4 times, okay? That's where the 4 comes from. Now I want to know how many tens I should put in each row. Because these, remember, we're not working with hundreds anymore, we're working with tens. So I'm going to write tens inside of here. And to find out how many tens I should put in each row, I'm going to look to that second digit over here, which is 50. So 50 has how many tens in it? Take a moment to think. Pause the video if you want. Alrighty, if you said 5 groups of tens equals 50, you are correct. So that means each row is going to have 5 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alrighty, and all of these are 10, 10, 10, 10. All of these are 10, okay? And then after I am done writing 10 inside of all of these boxes, I want to properly label this row because we have 4 times 50. Because 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 is 50. Now, I'm going to try to create, once again, groups of 10 tens, which equal, what do 10 group of tens equal? Take a moment to think. If you said 100, that is correct. So I'm going to try to create groups of 100, okay? So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome. So this right here, circling my groups of 10. This equals 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I actually have 2 groups of 10. I can add those together, which equal 200. And that is how you draw a picture for 4 times 50. Now I'm going to be showing you how to use place value. We're going to do the same thing as the last example and write 4 times 50 is the same as or equal to 4 times 5 groups of 10s. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. Now I can multiply 4 times 5, which equals 20 groups of 10s. And now I can plug in my groups of 10s into the 10 place value chart. Okay, so I'm going to put 20 of these groups of 10s right in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And just like we did in our adding multi-digit numbers video, I cannot have more than how many groups inside of each place value? Take a moment to think. If you said I cannot have more than 9, then that is correct. I need to grab my groups of 10 and plop them over here in the hundreds place. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna grab this group, cross it out, and it now becomes one group of hundreds. Oops. Here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Circle, cross out. It now becomes 2 groups of hundreds. Now I can write my number. I have 2 groups of hundreds, 0 tens, and 0 ones. Here is your video response question. I want you to find 5 times 20. But when you do this, I want you to show me by drawing a picture, and then after that, using that place value chart, okay? When you do this, you can go ahead and rewind this video back to when I did 4 times 50. Using that model should help you solve this problem. Also, another reminder that we are working with groups of 10s here, okay? It's 5 times 20, so that's 2 groups of 10s. I hope that helps. I believe in you guys. You can do this.